I am Grace. I hope you're having a beautiful morning or a day or evening, depending on when you're tuning in. And today is our Yin Asana day, which is always so lovely to just be relaxed and move the body gently and move a little bit slower and more restorative poses. And even though we're in yin, I invite you to always honor your body. If you need to come out of a pose sooner, please do so. If you want to hold a pose a little longer than what I am cueing, please feel free to hold the pose a little bit longer. This is your practice. I'm just here as your guide. So let's begin. Closing the eyes, let's dive in and begin to breathe into that lower belly. Mindful belly breathing. That's what I call it. We'll bring all our attention to the breath. We're going to be breathing into the belly, lower belly. We want to trigger that relaxation response, train our bodies how to breathe correctly, and trigger that parasympathetic nervous system. So the body knows that it's safe, can rest, and it starts producing those health-building hormones like serotonin. And with every breath, just becoming a little more present to yourself. Feeling the earth underneath you, feeling your body 360 degrees around where your shoulders are, your head in space. And diving even deeper now, diving inward into the inner being and scanning the inner aliveness, the inner energies. Noticing how you're doing inside, becoming very intimate with the inner aliveness. You may feel your heart beating, that pulsation in your body. Expand throughout the entire body. Taking a moment to dive into the emotional body without describing the emotions. That brings us back into our head. We want to stay in the felt sense. Simply feeling fully whatever is there. And without any judgment, of course. Accepting whatever's there and just basking in that kaleidoscope of emotions. And taking this moment to set an intention for yourself, for this practice, for this day, for your life possibly. Something positive, and stating it when you set the intention in the present moment. I have the career of my dreams now. I have the relationship of my dreams now. I have the health, vibrant health now. Take it right here, right now. And we're going to start with some neck rolls, some nice gentle neck rolls. And going nice and slowly so that you can notice sensation. Keeping that breath flowing into the belly. And if you ever get in a spot that you feel like you wants a little more attention, you can always just massage that. Move back and forth. Keeping that breath flowing. Fully present to sensation. We're going to rest in the felt sense during this practice. So if thoughts come in about good thoughts, bad thoughts, it doesn't matter. We're going to just let them go and let them know we'll return to them after practice. Right now, we're being fully present to sensation and to our energy being. Let's go the other direction. Massaging those spots that might have a little more sensation. Keeping the breath flowing. And coming back to center. Beautiful job. Let's do our pelvic grinds, making some circles around the pelvis. Keeping the breath flowing. Again, enjoying the sensations. You might have a spot you want to stop and give extra attention to. Feel free to do that. Keeping that breath flowing. And beginning to move the other direction. And coming back to center. Beautiful. And let's move into some cat-cow, seated cat-cow. So as we move into our cow, we're going to arch the back, open the chest, and lift the head slightly. We feel that extension of the spine. And as we move into our cat, we're going to round that back. The head is going to look in towards the belly and the thighs. Tailbone is tucking under. And we're moving into flexion of the spine. So moving back at your own pace in cat-cow. So important to keep the spine moving in all kinds of directions. I like to exhale into my cat and inhale into my cow. Fully present to sensation, to your body. Don't let the mind wander. Stay present. Right here now. Let's do one more. Each cat and cow. And coming back to center. Beautiful job. Let's do a little gentle seated twist. So I have my left leg straight out and my right leg bent. My right foot is on the earth. And I'm going to move my right foot and bring it to the outside of the left leg. And then I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to scoop it around that right knee. And then I'm going to take the right hand and I'm going to put it behind. And it can be behind the right buttock or it can be right behind the spine in the center. And then as we inhale, we're going to extend and lengthen the spine. Feel everything elongate. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist and gaze out over that right shoulder. So with every inhale, lengthen. And with every exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. Let's do one more breath. Inhaling, lengthening up, feeling that head reaching up towards the sky. And exhale, twisting a little deeper, gazing a little further behind that right shoulder. And then releasing. Beautiful. Release the leg. And we're going to take the right leg out. And we're going to bend that left knee up. Left foot is flat on the earth. And you're going to bring that left foot over to the outside of the right leg. And we're going to take the right arm around the left leg, tucking it in towards yourself. Left arm is behind, either in the center, behind your spinal column, or behind your left buttock. And we're going to inhale, lengthening the spine, feeling that crown of the head moving up towards the heavens, and then exhaling, twist. Gazing out over that left shoulder. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twist. One last time. And release. Beautiful. And both feet in front of us. And let's flop them a little bit. And I like to windshield wiper the feet sometimes. That always feels kind of good. It's the hips in there a little. And flopping them around. Beautiful job. Let's move into our Baddha Konasana first. Let's bring those feet together. Moving on to those feet. And let's let those wings flap a little bit. Nice and gently. You find your pace, your speed. And then beginning to slow down. Let's stop and then feel those legs, both legs pressing down towards the earth. And as we inhale, we're going to lengthen the spine. The knees are pressing down towards the earth. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward. We're going to keep that spine straight. We're not going to be rounding in this pose. And then let's inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hinging forward. See if you can hinge a little bit further. And then finding your edge here, let's take a nice, light, deep, long breath on this edge. And with the next breath, inhale, lengthening the spine. And exhale, seeing if you can hinge just a little deeper without forcing. Always staying on that edge. And then just engaging the bandhas and taking a couple breaths here. Beautiful job. And then coming up. Beautiful job. Let's go into single leg forward fold. So we're going to take that left leg straight out. Right foot is resting on the inner thigh of the left leg. And we are going to inhale as we lengthen the spine and exhale, hinging. So we're hinging at the hip. Hips are moving. You can bring the hands down to the mat and find your edge here. And taking a nice deep breath, just resting on this edge. And now see if you can hinge a little bit deeper in the hip. And then once you found your edge, allow the spine to round. Bring the hands on the leg. You can give your foot a nice little massage. And doing that with great love. And this is your body temple. This body is housing the divine. You're all divine intelligence animating through these bodies. So, as you massage this sacred holy foot, send it great love and respect and honor. Knowing we're not our body, we are the divine intelligence animating through it. But we are going to respect this living temple while we have it. And gently and kindly coming up. Beautiful. And let's switch legs. So have the right leg straight out. Bending that left knee, bringing the left foot to rest on the inner thigh of the right leg. Inhaling, raising up, and then exhaling, hinging forward. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the legs. And you can flex and extend that foot, more sensation. And you find your edge, just taking a nice deep breath here before we round the spine. And then see if you can hinge a little deeper in your hip. And then when you reach that edge, just allow the spine to round. And the hands to massage the foot if you can. And remembering you're massaging something very holy. Keeping the breath flowing, basking in that nice, deep forward fold. Honoring this body temple, this living temple. And gently and kindly coming up. Beautiful job. Let's bring both feet out and flop them around a little bit. Let's come into a table pose. And in a table pose, my knees will be right under my hips and my hands will be right under my shoulders. Let's move first into our cat and cow. So inhaling into your cow as you arch the back and lift the chest up, elbows sticking out. And as you go into your cat, we're going to tuck that tailbone under, round that back, and head is looking in towards the thighs and the belly. Inhaling into your cow, feeling that extension of the spine, and exhaling into your cat, feeling that flexion of the spine. And begin to add some movement if you like. Whatever feels good for you as you move back and forth in your cat-cow. Let's all go gently back into our cat and bring the hips back a little bit, and let's make some circles with the hips in our cat. Nice circles. Like a little sensation in the low back. Noticing sensation. Keeping that breath flowing. And let's go the other direction with the hips. Hi, Xander. Xander is the ecstatic yoga kitty. Nice circles. Hips. And then finally, when you're ready, let's go all the way back into child's pose. And let's rest a few minutes, a few breaths, just resting in child's pose. Staying fully connected to the energy body, to the felt sense, to your own heart. And then on your next inhale, coming up into table, and we're going to hinge those hips forward into an up dog. So feeling the sensation here, an up dog. Nice little back bend. And then hinging back into child's pose. And a breath here. And moving back and forth in up dog and child pose at your own pace, your own rhythm. No rush. Noticing sensation, enjoying sensation. Oh, kitty. Hopefully you don't have a kitty scratching your toes. And just moving back and forth, enjoying the sensations in the body. Enjoying that movement of the spine. And let's end up finally moving from our up dog, bringing the body all the way down flat on the mat, and resting the head to one side or the other. Just taking a moment to imagine your body is like a sponge. And you're going to invite the earth, all the powerful energies of the earth, to gift you anything your body may need. So beginning to absorb like a sponge any wisdom or nutrients, information, energies from the earth that would help to heal and restore your body. Connecting to the earth with great love, receiving. And turning your head to the other side. And taking this time with your head on the other side to send the earth gratitude for the food that sustains the body, for the housing, the beauty, the sunlight, the flowers. Sending the earth gratitude for sustaining this life. And bring the head back to center. And let's bring both arms out to the sides, about 30 degrees, kind of like we're a plane or a bird. And we're going to press the pelvis into the earth. That's our foundation, our connection to the earth. And then as we inhale, we're going to lift those arms, the legs, the head, and the chest. And imagine that we are a bird flying over, free bird, flying over the world, the earth. And breathe. Let's take one more deep breath. Lifting up a little higher and relaxing down. Beautiful job. And let's take this right hand out in front of us. And let's take the left leg and bring that up. Just rest here for a moment, keeping the arm in. One more breath. And releasing back. And go to the other side. Right leg up. And just relaxing on this side for a minute. One more breath. And back to center. Let's do a little right arm, left leg. So we're going to take the right arm extending out and the left leg extending out. And just feel that contrast of right arm, left leg. Lifting up and extending out. One more breath here. And releasing down. Beautiful job. And let's go to the other side. We're going to have the left arm extended out and the right leg. And feel that, lifting them up and extending them away from the body. And releasing down. And you may need a strap for this. And I'm going to just invite you, if you can do this, if you can grab your feet behind you, pressing that pelvis into the earth. You can lift the chest and the legs up into a bow. One more breath. And releasing down. Beautiful job. And we're going to roll over onto our backs. Roll over onto our back. Just take a moment to relax on our back for a minute. Feeling the earth underneath us. Let's bring those knees up, the feet flat on the mat. first bring those knees into the chest and roll around a little bit. And then I invite you, you can either go into a full bridge or you can rest in a supported bridge. So with the supported bridge, we're going to use a block. We're just going to move that underneath our sacrum here. But first we're going to warm up in our half bridge, a couple half bridge, and then we'll move into our supported bridge. So with the half bridge, you're going to press into the feet, lift those hips halfway. Just let them suspend there in space. And notice that beautiful sensation in your body. Keeping the breath flowing, as long as engaged. And then nice and gently coming down, one vertebra at a time, from the upper thoracic down to the lower thoracic vertebra. Beautiful. And we're going to do that one more time before we move into our supported bridge. So lifting up halfway, just noticing that sensation as those hips are suspended. We're not moving into back bend yet, just lifting those hips up a little bit. And then on your next exhale, coming down one vertebrae at a time. From those upper vertebrae, and the lower thoracics, to the lumbar, and feel that sacrum and that tailbone release. And then this time we're going to come up into our supported bridge. So lifting those hips up and placing that block underneath the sacrum. If you'd like to come into a full bridge, please do. And just resting that sacrum down, and we're just going to breathe in this nice supported bridge. Very little effort. We're getting the same results. And taking one more breath. And then lifting those hips up and removing that block. Beautiful. And let's bring those knees into the chest. Nice little counter pose, rocking back and forth. And let's bring those legs up. And you can clasp your hands behind your hamstrings and pull those legs in closer to the body. A nice little stretch. And breathe. I'm going to go a little further up the leg. Continue to pull the legs forward. Finding your edge. If you'd like to bring the legs wide and bring them in towards the body. Keeping the breath flowing. And bringing them back together. And down. Let's move into a fish. We haven't done fish for a little bit. We got the time, not too much time left. We're going to bring the legs extended straight out. We're flat on our back. Hands are alongside our body. Palms are down, facing the earth. And we're going to bring a palm underneath each buttocks, a hand and the palms facing down, bringing those elbows in and tucking those arms nice and close to the body, snuggling your body all nice and close. Pressing into those elbow and forearm as you lift the head, and then gently in the chest, and then gently dropping the head down to rest on the top, the crown. Chest is open, heart is open, and breathe. One more breath. And on your next inhale, pressing into the elbows, lifting the head and the chest, and coming back down so you're flat on the back, releasing those hands from underneath the buttocks. And let's bring those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. Let's hold on to your right knee, and let's let the left leg go straight out onto the mat, the floor, the earth. And opening that right knee up a little so it's coming more towards your armpit. Let's tuck that right knee in towards the armpit. We don't want to crush our ribs. And then feeling that left extended leg pressing into the earth. So feel those nice two gentle lines of energy simultaneously. Gauging the bandhas and breathe. Noticing sensation in your body. Fully present to that felt sense. Noticing sensation, staying in the energy body. One more breath. Beautiful. And releasing, and let's switch legs. So the right leg is going to extend out straight. The left knee, we're going to move it out a little wider so it's more aligned with the armpit. And we're going to tuck and snug that left knee in towards the armpit as the right leg is pressing down towards the earth. Two lines of energy in opposite directions. And engage those bandhas and breathe. Beautiful job, and release. Let's bring both the knees in and rock back and forth. I'm going to invite you today for your Savasana to do legs up the wall, if you'd like. If not, you can just go into the regular Savasana. So we're just going to move into the last couple poses. Let's move into Supta Baddha Konasana, Supine Baddha Konasana. Bringing those feet together as best you can. I have a hard time getting my heels together. Everything once here we go. Doing the best you can, and then rocking back and forth in your Supta Baddha Konasana. Here we go. And releasing the legs. Let's do a supine pigeon. So we're going to have the right knee is up, right foot's on the floor. We're going to rest the left ankle on the right knee. And making a 4. And we're going to bring that right leg up towards the body, clasping the hands behind the right hamstring, and pulling that right leg in towards the body, feeling a nice hip opening there. And breathe. And releasing the leg down. Beautiful job. And let's switch legs. So left leg, knee is up, left foot is flat on the floor, and we're going to take the right ankle and rest it on the left knee. And then bringing that left leg up towards the body, clasping your hands behind the hamstring on the left leg and tucking that left leg in towards the body. You're going to feel the right hip opening up. And breathe. Find your edge. Don't need to ever force or push. Just rest gentle on that edge. And breathe. Fully present to sensation in your body. Bring all your awareness to the sensation. Beautiful job releasing that leg down. Bringing both feet flat on the mat. And let's move into our baby. So we're going to bring those knees up. We're going to spread them open. Bring the feet to face the sky and the heavens. Knees are open. You're going to bring the hands around the outer edge of the feet. And then we're going to pull those knees in towards the armpits. Feeling a nice opening of the hip on both sides. And breathe. Enjoying and basking in all these beautiful sensations in your body. Now begin to roll around in Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Just feeling what feels good for you in your body. Enjoying the movements and the sensations. Just having fun. Rolling around. Like babies do. Keeping their feet, stretching, flexing and extending the feet. See how many sensations you can feel. Just enjoy. Playing in your body. And coming back to center. Beautiful job. We do a couple releases. And then we are going to bring the legs up the wall or just move into regular savasana. So let's move into Pula. Knees are up, feet are flat on the mat, and we're just swiveling the hips. And sacrum, everything's on the mat, nothing's lifting up. One hip is coming down towards the heel, the opposite hip is coming up towards the armpit. And then we switch. And a nice little Pula, swiveling of the hips. Nice, slow, repetitive movements. Noticing all the sensation in the body. Keeping the breath flowing. Nice, slow, repetitive movements. Fully conscious. Moving back to center, we're going to move into hip pointers. So I'm going to root the right buttocks into the mat. I'm going to point that left hip up as the left buttock lifts up off the mat, and that left hip is pointing out diagonally towards the sky. And then I release the left, root that into the mat, and I'm going to lift the right hip up and point that up towards the sky. The right buttocks will lift up off the mat just a little. Hip pointers, adding a little tiny bit of a twist. Moving back and forth in hip pointers. One more on either side. And then coming back to neutral. We move now into cat-cow on the mat. So we'll move into cat first as you feel the small of the back pressing into the mat. Tailbone is tucking under. And then as you move into cow, you're going to feel that lumbar spine, small of the back is going to arch up off the earth. Your back may still be on the earth, but your spine is arching up off. Moving back and forth into cat-cow, supine cat-cow, flexion and extension of the spine. Keeping the breath flowing, fully engaged in all the sensations. And coming back to center. And we're going to walk those feet further apart. We're going to drop one knee at a time into the center. The knees are up, the feet are on the wide edges of the mat, and we're dropping one knee at a time into the center. Single knee drop. Noticing sensation, enjoying sensation, keeping the breath flowing. Fully present to your body. Sensations within. And coming back to center. We're going to walk those feet back together. We're going to drop both knees over to one side. We're going to lift that top knee up. It's going to come all the way over to the other side. And allowing the bottom leg to come up and over until both legs are stacked on the other side. And then lift the top leg up. Come over nice and slowly over to the other side. And allowing the bottom knee to come up and over to the other side. So moving nice and slowly at your own pace. Some people like to just simply windshield wiper the legs side to side. If that's what you like, you can do that too. A little of both. And doing one last side. And then coming back up to neutral. And let's bring those knees into the chest. And roll down onto that lower back and sacrum. Releasing and relaxing that lower back. And we are going to move into our Savasana. So I'm going to invite you to either just relax and move into your Savasana position, or if you'd like to bring the legs up the wall. The best way to do this is to come up to the wall as close as you can, and then bring those legs up. And feel a nice inversion in the giving those veins of vacation, feeling where your body's connected to the earth, allowing everything to relax and release, relaxing even deeper, and allowing yourself to bask in a few moments of silence as you integrate this entire practice. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Couple breaths. Beginning to come back into the body, fully present. Wiggling the fingers and toes. And beginning to move out of your Savasana. You can roll over to one side or the other, whichever works for you. And allow yourself to take a couple breaths here as you integrate. And then coming up to a seated position. We're going today. Drumming, so just sitting where you are and just receiving the drumming. Taking this moment to dive inside, scanning the body, maybe noticing if there's any differences from when you began practice. Becoming very intimate with this inner being, this inner aliveness. Feeling your heart. Diving into the emotional body. Feeling everything fully without labeling or judging. Simply basking in all that emotional sea of energy. And then coming back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice and reaffirming that. Nurturing that seed that you planted. And sending yourself love and gratitude for taking this time to be on the mat, to be deeply connected with yourself, nurturing mind, body, and spirit. And we conclude with Namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. And I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you. We are one. Namaste. you enjoyed this video, please like it, and please check out our EcstaticYoga.Studio website with our upcoming teacher trainings, our online teacher trainings, our yoga retreats, and all kinds of wonderful things. Wishing you a most beautiful and blessed day.